Hello, everyone, and you're watching Guru Reviews, and I'm your newest companion, Aesop. Just like Guru Reviews, what I'll be doing is I'll walk you through some of the yesteryear movies, some of the lesser known movies, TV shows, classics, some interesting facts, and all that has got to do with movies and TV shows because that's what we love. Now, what are we going to do today? Today, I'm going to take you back 10 years ago, and well, actually, I'm going to talk about a movie that came 10 years ago, and it's a very special movie, not just to me, but even to a lot of people who watched it during that time. The movie is Wake Up Sid. Now, why Wake Up Sid? Because it's celebrating its 10th anniversary just a few days ago. It marked 10 years of Wake Up Sid, and now what a beautiful movie that was. It has got everything from romance, drama, your innocent human emotions, etc. Now, दोस्तों I'll keep doing this in Hindi and English. I'll keep it a mix, mostly English, but I'll keep it casual. So वेक अप सिड नाउ दोस्तों मैं बहुत बड़ा कोई बॉलीवुड का फ़ैन हूँ नहीं नथिंग अगेंस्ट द इंडस्ट्री it's just something of the time, etc. I grew up watching American shows, except Small Wonder, Full House, whatever. And then gradually in high school, I would watch mostly English movies, something that me and my cousins, relatives, and friends enjoyed. But here and there, I did enjoy my Bollywood movies, and I do enjoy Bollywood movies, even though I can't recall the last time I actually sat through a movie. Actually, I can. It was Sanju. But there are a few movies that have really stayed with me over the years, and Wake Up Sid is one of them, purely because of a host of reasons, actually. And so I'll walk you through some of the interesting facts and why this movie was so special. And it's actually a surprise. It's celebrating 10 years. This movie came out 10 years ago when I was in high school, actually. It brings back lots of memories, which I'm sure is the same with a whole lot of you. But this movie was not just your typical Bollywood masala, and because of a host of other reasons, as I said earlier as well. Ranveer Kapoor was fairly new to the industry. He'd just done Bachna, Hasino, Sawaria, none of which I'd actually watched. But Konkona Sen Sharma, I'm a huge fan of her work, and I have a great amount of respect and admiration for the kind of work that she does. She'd already done Page Three and a couple of other movies, so she enjoyed that seniority on screen, and that is precisely what you saw in the movie as well. This was not your typical Bollywood Hindi romance masala, but it explored a whole new dimension in a whole new way. Now, for us as kids, now when the movie came out, I was what 16, 17. I was on the we were school was almost over, and we were looking into college. Not that we had any plans of what college we'd go into, but the idea of this young boy child, this spoiled brat, as you would call, and the way he struggles around life, the way, his happy-go-lucky nature, his partying lifestyle, etc., his privileged lifestyle rather. And who better could play that than Ranbir Kapoor? I thought he fit into the role so well, and he did so much justice to the role because it just came naturally from him. And so was the character of Aisha Banerjee, played by Konkona Sen Sharma, which, just like in real life, she enjoyed a bit of seniority as far as acting was concerned to Ranbir Kapoor. She was this erudite and very reserved and very polished kind of a girl, and these characters are completely poles apart, mind you. ये बहुत ही अलग तरीके के लोग हैं who eventually fall in love, but not in the typical Bollywood manner. Uh, the rest of the cast is amazing. Anupam Kher, Supriya Pathak, etc. And the whole cast that revolves around those two characters is beautifully portrayed. And also because Ayan Mukherjee, you should see some of his interviews recently, actually celebrating 10 years of Wake Up Sid. He's 36 now. He was only a 26-year-old. Now, when you look back in hindsight, you can imagine what it must have been. It was his first film, and how he must have gone through the whole, he must have sailed through the entire process, and working with big guns like Anupam Kher, etc. He must have had so much nerve. He was my age, actually. He was only 26 when the movie came out. Well, technically, I turned 27 2 days ago, but anyway. So he was my age, and I can't imagine working with such illustrious people with such illustrious careers, etc. So I can imagine the amount of nerves he must have had, Ayan Mukherjee, and but how beautifully he has crafted this fine piece of art that we look back at, and it's, not just celebrating 10 years, but over the years to come, it will go down as one of the finest films in Hindi cinema. And so about the movie, how and why the movie is so special to me and a whole lot of other people, and why it makes sense, is purely because there's no cockiness, there's no typical masala romance or the same maneuvers and the same kind of I would say almost potholes that these characters keep slipping into, like other movies. These characters are very evolved in their nature, and the sheer contrast in their character, the characters playing them, and the sheer contrast in their personality and how they actually evolve towards the end of the story, towards the end of the movie, and how the other characters play around them and how they do justice to their role. And I think it's more importantly the cuteness and the earnestness with which this entire love relationship and other issues have been explored in the movie is just commendable. It's amazing. Even that's why it makes sense even 10 years now, 10 years after. So that's about the movie and the storyline. I feel there's no point opining or reviewing the movie, etc. But now going back to some of the songs. Now, guys, friends, whenever I go for a Bollywood movie, which I don't usually, but theater पे जब भी मैं जाता हूँ ना, and whenever I go to watch a Bollywood movie, either I read the review first or I read the storyline. If I like it, only then, or some my friends drag me actually sometimes. But nonetheless, the moment I walk into the theater, I go prepared that there are going to be a number of songs, endless songs, etc., which I accept. And whenever the songs come, my brain kind of goes into hibernation. Nothing against the songs. I may like the songs, I may play the songs later, etc. But when I'm watching the movies, I really want the songs. I'm waiting for the songs to end so that I can re-switch and I can start from where the story had actually left off from. And this has got to do with some of my other favorite Bollywood films as well. I'm a huge fan of the Lage Raho Munna Bhai series and a couple of other films as well. Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara is one of my all-time favorites, etc. So a few of the Bollywood movies that I have enjoyed, what I haven't enjoyed are the songs. Some of them I'm waiting for the songs to end, and even when it's on TV or when I'm watching it again, I do not want the songs, and I'm waiting for the songs to end. Not with Wake Up Sid, guys. I'm telling you, some of the songs when I first watched the movie, I actually went along with it. I was always on my edge. I was at the edge of the seat. I never had to lean back. I was always wanting the songs, and it made so much sense. Ikitara, it's such an amazing song with such beautiful lyrics that resonates even today, invoking feelings of not just love that it was primarily meant to address, but also a whole lot of other issues that we're dealing with, maybe mental health, maybe the kind of space that we are, loneliness, it could be our minds and the kind of games it plays, etc. It's so apt even today. So Ikatar is one of, of course, the signature song of the movie, but I want to take you back to another song which I'm not sure if a lot of you would actually remember. It's towards the end, during the climax, when Ranbir Kapoor is actually finally going to Aisha and to almost declare his love, etc. And Aisha, throughout the entire movie, we see her how she is not reciprocative when it comes to his love, etc. She's going through her own phase, and she has a typical idea about a male love interest, etc. whatsoever. But towards the end of the movie, we realize how her feelings are changing, and it is during it's in the climax when they hug and when they're both expecting each other, and they almost know that they're going to be at that particular place, and it's raining. They're drenched in rain. And she's finally acknowledging and accepting that she might actually harbor the same feelings as Ranbir does, or his character Sid does. This beautiful song called Boondo Ki Motiyon Se. I'm not going to actually sing it to you, but it's a very short song. It spans only about, I think, a minute and 20 seconds or something. So do go and listen to it. It's a beautiful song, something that makes sense even today. None of that cockiness, none of that cheesy, creamy, throw at you kind of masala that you find in other Bollywood movies. And that's why I would say, friends, this movie is very, very special to me. I want to take back to another anecdote actually. Now, I used to take the bus to school, and when this movie came out, as I said earlier, I was in 11th grade. I just gone to high school, and uh, in one part of the city where my bus would actually take a turn and go into an overbridge, you had this big billboard of Amul advertisement. Now, Amul, as you all know, has these amazing ad campaigns revolving around current issues, current affairs, etc. They still do, and they had it one back then. And when Wake Up Sid came out, uh, they do their ad campaigns around their own products as well, of course. So they had a tagline called "Bake Up Sid." Now, how wonderful was that? I still remember that, and so a lot of memories during that time. I was in high school, some of the best years of my life, and this movie made it even better, I would say. And I remember my best friend during school, and we would discuss Hollywood movies and foreign cinema, Western movies, etc. We were big fans, etc. And mostly and always we would discuss Hollywood movies. I can hardly remember a time when we discussed Bollywood movies, but that was the only occasion when both of us actually talked at length during recess in school lunches. When we talked at length for about 45 minutes or so on Wake Up Sid, we had our own ideas about the character, we had our own opinions about the movie, etc. And that was the only time. And never even today we have talked about any other such Bollywood movies. So, for a host of other reasons, this movie is very special and it's celebrating its 10 years. It just celebrated its 10 years. So, do like, share, and subscribe to Guru Reviews. And in the comment section, do tell us if you feel is there something needed to be added in this video. Did you like the video, etc.? Did you like the movie, etc.? And also go to the comment section and tell us if you have such a story of yours, of Wake Up Sid, and what you think of the movie, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you another time. Cheers. Bye bye.